This is Richard Fields with this week's report from the fields. The United States Constitution is very clear. Section 8 explicitly says that the Congress shall have the power to declare war. But what's this? In the last 5 weeks, at least 24 people aboard speedboats off the coast of Venezuela have been summarily executed by the U.S. military on the explicit orders of President Trump. 24 people dead at the hands of the U.S. military, with snuff films of the executions gleefully being aired on social media. No declaration of war against Venezuela or any other country or group by Congress, not even a mealy-mouthed authorization of military force, which was relied upon by Trump's predecessors to justify wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, etc., all of which we lost, by the way. Trump's rationale? They were drug smugglers. Never mind that the way to deal with alleged drug smugglers is for the Coast Guard to interdict the boats involved, search for evidence of drugs, and if it is found, to arrest and prosecute the drug smugglers. Due process under the rule of law, etc. Not to mention that we've been waging a war on drugs for over a century, and drugs are still winning. Trump seems to be itching to start a war with Venezuela itself. Now, the Nicolas Maduro regime in Venezuela is a malicious, evil piece of work, socialist, corrupt, and tyrannical, but not so stupid as to take Trump's war bait. So why is Trump pulling this stunt? It's a distraction. Ink and airtime devoted to supposed Venezuelan narco-terrorists is not spilled on covering the Trump administration's attempt to continue what we've been talking about, which is continuing the Biden's administration's obscene spending levels with a continuing resolution, rather than a bona fide balanced budget bill. We're not hearing much news about how tariffs, sales taxes on imports, by another name, are stifling economic growth and paralyzing business investment. We're not hearing about the negative population growth caused by Trump's massive deportations and the correlation between population decline and economic decline. We're not getting updates on Trump's move toward economic socialism or fascism. You pick the name, they're essentially interchangeable, with the U.S. government acquiring equity stakes in Intel, MP Materials, Lithium Americas, Trilogy Metals, and U.S. Steel. We're not getting updates on the deteriorating jobs numbers. More and more college graduates are getting unemployment checks as their sole means of paying off obscene amounts of college debt. We're distracted by Trump's failure to end the war in Ukraine on day one, not to mention unfulfilled promises to end the bloodshed in Gaza. And looking forward, the odds of a stock market bubble bursting will require some massive distraction efforts. And oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I'll be the first to admit there have been a few good policies emanating from the Trump administration, modifying the extremes in environmental and climate regulation, legitimizing cryptocurrencies, and reining in DE mandates. Even Asians and white guys deserve not to be discriminated against by the government. The government shouldn't be discriminating against anyone. But it's hard to maintain respect for a guy who kills boaters for the hell of it, even if the boaters are drug smugglers. I'm Richard Fields, and that's this week's Report from the Fields. See you again next week.